Oh, hello.
Oh, we all got masks on.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up. You can hear me, right?
Gotcha.
We're good?
Yes.
Got the mic set up?
Yeah.
Yes. We can
Right
All
on.
good.
hear you.
All right. Dude, sick mask. Everyone's sick masks. All right.
Thank you.
Because I got to see. Well, we got an amazing... That's better than my amazing Spider-Man mask. I will be honest. You got the raised webbing and all. Reflective. Can you see out of the reflective lenses?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine are
Actually, it's
awful.
pretty good.
Like these are perforated, so they're like Gwen's and Miles. But the mirrored ones I have, mine fog up so bad.
Yeah,
Very
this
nice.
surprisingly stays pretty clear, which I enjoy a lot. It's probably definitely my favorite mask.
You got where'd you get you want to send me a link to the facial vendor you got? Because I definitely need to upgrade mine.
Yeah, sure. I'll look on. I got it from Etsy, but I think it was.
I know a couple Etsy sellers who. Let me turn my volume up real quick. All right, we are max volume. We are good to go. Hello.
Awesome.
How's everybody?
Hello.
We're doing well.
Good. How's it going?
How's it going?
Going well.
It is right on. I got a Monster, but I guess I can't really drink it, and my throat hurts.
I have this. I can't even drink it anyways, though. So.
I have the water. I'm healthy as well. So
that's good. Good.
Right on. Cool. You guys all do the podcast with Son always?
Well, our first episode, we just kind of did like voices, and we just kind of threw.
Yeah, I skimmed through it a little bit.
She threw up just a picture. And
zoomed out, am I?
So
yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. You can see me.
It was a very last-minute project thing. It actually kind of started out as a joke, and then I guess it's here now. So.
For the masks, well, I mean, mine's not a joke. I wear the mask all the time, but I vibe with it. If you guys have other guests on, I think at least for the intro, if you don't want to sit for the whole hour, you could take them off. But at least for the intro, I think that's a cool niche to have.
Right. Yeah.
Especially since there's all three of you. I'm just here in casual.
Yeah.
This is my face.
I'm in casual too.
I got this, but the mask kind of looks weird without the hood, so gotta have it on.
I mean, for Gwen, the hood is part of the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I could join the hood club. Join the club.
The hood club. Well, you can too.
Yeah, I could join.
I don't got a hood right now, but.
See, odd man out. It's okay. I'll back in your team. We're good.
All right. Awesome. Well, thank you for coming on, man. This is exciting.
Absolutely. I kind of owe you one for helping me with the bots that one time. That was you, correct?
Yeah.
Because like I said, I watched the first podcast.
Oh, nice! I didn't think you would watch it.
Okay.
It was in my YouTube mentions. I watched it, and it was like the first 30 seconds. You said you owe me because I helped you, and I was like, you know what? That's a homie move. You did help me, so.
That's awesome. Yeah. No.
I try to check my mentions as often as I can. I left a comment on the. Oh, that is the print. Awesome, cool.
Yeah.
I should have seen that first. I left a comment on the podcast, but when I went back to see it, it wasn't there. I don't know if YouTube either flagged it or it didn't go through. But I left a comment saying, "Yo, DM me on Instagram. We'll make it work." And then Gwen just happened to send me a DM like the next week. So I was like,
right.
Oh, they got the comment. That's great.
Yeah.
That's so
cool. But I definitely did. I saw mentions and I watched a little bit of it. So I know you guys.
Oh, thanks.
Well, thank you.
I'm sure I would be on here regardless if I owed anyone anything because, it's just fun to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, awesome. All right. Well, Gwen, do you want to start off with the question or?
So, I guess the big main question is how did you get into, being a content creator and, beginning the whole process of your account, I guess?
Well, for content creation, it was never a goal. I didn't wake up one day and think I want to be a content creator. I was the same as everyone else. I would go to school, come home and watch YouTube just like anyone else. And I would watch my favorite creators, but I never had a dream to be like, I want to be like them or I want to do what they're doing. I was just always a fairly creative person. I was always in art classes. I was always creating crafts. I was making web shooters when I was 12. I was always making things. And cosplay, I didn't start cosplaying until high school because my mom always made my Halloween costumes. There was just one day I decided I want to make my own, and I really, the first one sucked. Like, as everyone's first cosplay, it sucks. Like, that's fine. But I enjoyed the process of it, so I kept doing it. And I had an Instagram with like 300 followers, like everyone did in high school. Hi, baby. I'm sorry. My dog's messing with me. I had an Instagram, so I posted it, and people liked it. So I was like, why don't I just keep doing this? Because I have nothing else to post. So I kept doing that. Then when TikTok came around, I was 2 years late to the app, but I joined anyway afterwards. Posted a couple of videos and kind of liked how it was doing. So it was just a very slow, gradual thing, but it was never a plan to be. I don't think any content creator had ever planned to be one. They all kind of start the same way of, hey, I'm going to post, and hey, that did well. And they go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty.
No, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, and then here another one I had. So, what are some, like, in case any like new cosplayers watch this? What are some? I know you just released a video on this, but what are, like, short version? What's some of your highest level tips for, like, new cosplayers and beginners?
First of all, I appreciate the plug. I was literally about to be like, I'm going to plug that video, but I appreciate the plug. I did just release a more in-depth video. If I had to give like one tip, like the most important tip for any new cosplayers, it's just have fun. Don't be afraid to fail. Like, don't take it so seriously. That's kind of how I think I benefited from not planning on being a creator. Of I didn't have any expectations of what I was doing. It didn't really hurt when I failed because it didn't like. If it didn't work, that was fine. Nowadays, it's a bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, I heard some reverb. It's fine. Nowadays, it's a bit different. It's a lot of what I do. But for your content creators, don't take it so seriously. Like, just have fun. Be okay with failing. Be okay with trying new things and those things not working. Biggest one is just, again, have fun. I sound like a broken record, but the second it's not fun, you almost question why are you doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, this is well, yeah, this is one issue because, like, obviously you're Miles. We also call him Miles, so we're gonna do like a Miles 1, Miles 2 kind of thing, or like.
If you say Miles, I'm gonna assume it's him. You can call me by my username if you want. I don't really care. You can call me Anakin because that's the first part of it. However,
Right.
whatever's easiest for you. If you said Miles, I would assume him.
Okay. All right. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of how Miles here, he started out. He kind of just like, you know, me and Gwen started like getting into the cosplay a little bit, and then he just kind of jumped along in. He got just a cheap, it's still the one he's got to this day, just a cheap Amazon suit, but he loves it.
Man, like, that's where everyone starts. There's no shade to the Amazon suits. Like, honestly, that's another tip that I give. Start cheap, you know, like, there's no one forcing you to get the most expensive things. And I hate when I'm part of the problem with this because I have nicer suits. I'm at the point where I have nicer cosplays and I build nicer suits. So it almost gives the impression of if you want to be at this level, you have to have this suit. And that's just not true. You know, like, you can make so much stuff with not a lot. Like, a lot of the stuff a lot of creators make is with low budget stuff. A lot of the stuff I make is low budget. And that's honestly the best work because you see the creativity shine through.
Yeah, it's always fun to like kit bash cosplays, like just grabbing like random things from your closet, adding it. And with Spider-Man suits, it's great.
Those are the best ones, man.
They really are, like, endless combinations.
Exactly. You see how creative people can actually be with that stuff. Those are my favorite ones that people make is when they design it themselves. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Nothing against the expensive cosplays because those are cool too. I own a whole Stormtrooper set that I built. But
yeah, that's super cool.
They're equally cool and they have their own pros and cons, but I will always pick those custom DIY kit bashes every day. They're so much cooler to me.
It just adds so much more I can't speak, originality to, like, people's suits, and I think it's just really cool to see everybody's.
It's originality, it's also creativity and just ambition. You can really see that someone cared what they were doing when it's all their idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially, I mean, like, that's how you started with your first Spider-Man suit, your streetwear one.
Yeah, that one was dirt cheap too. out of random supplies I had just to see what I could make. And that was the first time I posted people like, and thus began the journey.
Okay. But yeah, one thing I did actually like about that first cosplay that you did, you incorporated like the receipt paper rolls, like into your suit, which
again,
I am.
No, keep going. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. But I'm an assistant manager at a restaurant, and so we go through those all the time. And I will just like randomly take those, and I'm like, I can use these for like web cartridges or just like any sort of ammo.
Mm-hmm. I'm so glad you noticed that they were receipt paper cartridges. Like I said, I was broke. Well, I'm still broke, but I had $0 to my name. Any money I made was just going into stuff I needed. So I was working a crappy job at a register, and anytime the receipt paper would go, I'd go and grab it from the trash. And those were the first pieces, were the little web cartridges on my thigh, and then I put them on the belt. I was like, those are pretty cool. And it inspired the rest of the suit. Literally taking things out of the trash to make a costume.
Yeah, that's awesome. Which I actually used a bunch of those in my Mandalorian cosplay that I built.
Nice. Good choice. Good choice. Yeah, I can see where you would use those in the canisters. That's awesome.
Yeah, on the shin piece and the bandolier belt.
Mando's definitely on my list for one day, but at the moment,
I've always
the budget
wondered.
says no for that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't even remember how much I spent on that one, but I mean, I just made it all out of like cheap, high density foam, and
that's the way to do it, man. With foam fabrication, some people can make some crazy stuff with that. There's a lot.
Yeah,
to
like
work with.
Like SKS Props. I took a lot of inspiration from him. Actually, his Mandalorian blaster pistol, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but that's actually the template I used to build mine.
Nice. Yeah, the foam fabrication guys they're insane. I've tried to
put
some armor out of it, but it's a whole craft within itself.
Yeah, it really is. Gwen, you've experimented with some foam, haven't you?
Oh yeah, I sure have. It's been a lot of like the first thing I ever made with foam was my first ever cosplay I had was Wanda from WandaVision. And her headpiece was the first thing I ever made. And that went pretty smoothly. And then once you get into more like complicated things, like the foam that I've used is like cheap you buy from Walmart, and it's like in those craft packs for kids. So that's what I was using, and I made a pair of web shooters, like the outside of them with it. And then Peter, he actually made me a face shell. It was for my first suit, and that was out of foam as well.
Yeah, I love the craftiness of it, and like the creativity that goes into making something like that.
Yeah, that's actually still on topic of foam. That's one of the first things I made out of foam was like just a super flimsy, cheap face shell, because I didn't at the time I didn't have the budget to get one of the nice 3D printed ones, and
I think I have it.
That's what I used for my Amazing Spider-Man 1 face shell. It's still a foam one. I mean it works. I eventually want to upgrade it, but yeah, it's still foam for it now.
If it's cheap and it works, that's all you need.
Yeah.
Yep.
Creating face shells with my suit has been a huge issue, just because white is probably one of the most difficult colors to work with when you're trying to hide things. So
yeah,
it's been taking a lot of work. So this is the second version of my mask that I've made, and then I'm gonna get a custom one, just because it's so difficult to try and make white work.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot with Gwen suits, the face shell tends to show through, and it's a whole struggle in itself. Like my cosplayer friend who does Gwen all the time just upgraded her shell. If you're old, you could see everything. It's definitely a lot easier than having a Peter or a Miles or a Miguel shell, where the darker colors will mask that stuff. Especially if the fabric if it's like really tight, it'll pull and just everything goes.
Yeah, that's one of the issues I had, because a couple of my first suits was a cheap $40 Braimy suit, and that one actually was like decently thick. Far From Home, Tom Holland suit though, however, completely different story. That thing is so thin. I've only worn it a handful of times, and I probably won't wear it again just because it's so thin, and it has the same issue like on the. So I have a pretty nice MCU shell that I have got from Etsy, and yeah, it still just it shows all the breathe holes and everything, and it's not a great time.
Yeah, with the masks, you definitely want them to be. You don't need them to be super super thick, but they have to have enough like dye or print in them to have a bit of structure, so nothing's showing through. Like this one, the shell I have on now has holes in it, but you can't get obviously the mask is dark.
Right. So one question I've always been curious because ever since I started watching your channel, I think first video I watched was your like poses, like basic Spider-Man poses for cosplayer beginners.
I made two. One is awful. The other, was I talking or no?
Oh, you were talking.
Okay, that's the good one then, because I made two. One of them was like the first ever video posted to my channel. It was before I knew how to record audio. Anyway, sorry. Back to your question.
No, you're good. So what inspired you? What made you decide to go with the PS4 shell and mask as like your main definitive look for your channel and social media and whatnot?
Well, slight correction. It's actually not exact. It's an early beta design of the PS4 shell, so the actual looks different than this. This one is like a weird early design that I got, and I just really liked it. And the print is not the PS4 print; it's a different print. But to answer your actual question, the reason that I chose this one is simply just this face shell fits me the best. And it's more of like, how do I describe this? Like a neutral look. Because like Amazing Spider-Man 2, you see it, you think Amazing Spider-Man 2. Raimi, you think Raimi. Miles, you think Miles. Ben Reilly, you think Ben Reilly. Wearing this one, especially with casual clothes and with a shade of red that's a lot deeper than the PS4 one is, it throws you off a little bit. So you don't think initially PS4, you think of me, or not necessarily me. That seems a little. That was a little rude of a statement to say. But when you see it, you think more of just a dude wearing a Spider-Man mask rather than associated with a character.
Right, gotcha.
I'm explaining it as if there's science in it. There was really no process in it. I just grew a mask that I liked, and I just stuck with it. Because in a lot of my earlier TikToks, I'll alternate masks. Sometimes I'm wearing Miles, sometimes I'm wearing Amazing Spider-Man. I alternate masks, but eventually I just settled on this one, and that was the one. It would just be the first one I grabbed.
That's cool.
Yeah, probably one of the first. I don't remember the exact first video I watched of yours, but I found you through TikTok first. And then, gosh, I don't know how long ago I followed you, but it was, I guess, probably like earlier TikTok, like when you joined TikTok, like earlier videos. But and then I didn't realize that Peter knew you like through Instagram. So once we like found out that we both like the same content creator, it was pretty cool.
Well, thank you for following and staying with me the whole time.
Yeah, I remember watching like your first poses video, and then from there, after watching that, you know, I think you posed for a little while, something like I kind of watching other stuff and other content creators, and then I remember seeing another one of your videos, and that was during the time where you just were posting consistently pretty regularly after that. And that's when I started following and everything.
Well, I do appreciate you following me on YouTube too and watching those videos. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, man, for sure. Thanks for all the great content and everything. Another question I had, so money is no object at all. What is dream Spider-Man cosplay?
Spider-Man. Oh, I was so ready with another answer before you said Spider-Man.
Well, we can do both. Let's do both.
If money was no object, my dream Spider-Man would be as accurate as it could be to the source possible. The PS4 Advanced suit. So not just a Lycra suit that's skin tight. I would have an actual suit. It would be layered up by the blue. It would have the texture lines. The white would be raised up. It would have the knuckle pads. It would have the feet on. It would have the actual sneakers.
Nice.
Movable lenses and everything.
obviously, if money's no object, I want web shooters that work.
Yeah.
But yeah, for that, surprisingly enough, like that has always been a design that stuck out to me that I really loved. If not that, then probably a Raimi suit or Amazing Spider-Man 2. But it's got to be the PS4 suit for if I could just absolutely max it out, like not just like I said, not just the skin tight suit. If I could max it out,
Yeah, that would be super cool. Which that's actually one of my favorite design elements about the PlayStation suits is just like the different layers and how there's actually like science behind the design of it, like where they put the padding and where it's thicker and everything.
So what would be your like if money wasn't like and you said that you had an idea before the Spider-Man one. So what would that one be?
Predator. That has always been like my dream cosplay of one day I'm gonna make it full fledged from the actual movie with Arnold, a full Predator suit. Because that would be really, really cool to have.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Miles?
Money's no object. I'd probably have like I don't know some sort of like a full clone trooper armor set, like a
good choice,
like Commander Bly. I love Commander Bly.
Great choice, great choice. We like Bly.
Yeah, for me, so non-Spider-Man, I'd probably go for completely 100% accurate Mandalorian from season 2, probably.
Great choice.
I think my favorite look from season 2 is the episode where he meets Ahsoka. It's actually the one I base my cosplay off of, where he's got the rifle on his back, and then Grogu's in like the little satchel bag that hangs off the side. That's like my favorite look. So I'd probably go like full screen accurate for that. And then as for Spider-Man suits, this might be controversial, but I would probably go screen accurate Amazing Spider-Man 1.
That's not controversial at all. I love that suit. I'll defend that suit to the day I die. I love that.
Love it.
I love that suit. I love that movie. I love everything about that movie.
Yeah, it's great. Like, I have an Amazing Spider-Man 1 suit. It's just the standard dye stuff. But I thought about painting it multiple times just to get, like, of all the suits, I feel like the texture on that one is the most important.
Yeah, because it's everywhere. The little hex pattern everywhere. I've seen people paint those suits. It's a nightmare trying to get every little thing. It's like a Supergirl suit almost, like the newer Supergirl suit, where you're doing every little hole.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy. Gwen, what about you?
I guess if you were to go, like, I guess Spider-Man, it would just be like the Gwen suit. I'd probably just get like a really, really nice one. I get him a girl, but it would probably be an Iron Man suit if I could. Like, if it could be...
That's a great choice. Okay. Oh, I almost want to switch my answer. That's cool. Everyone wants an Iron Man. Everyone wants an Iron Man. Okay, which Iron Man suit, though? Which mark? Because I have mine in my head.
Oh, gosh, that's a difficult question. I don't know the mark number, but it would be probably the Civil War suit. The suit he wears in Civil War is pretty cool.
I don't know the mark of that one either, but that's a great one. Yeah, the Civil War suit is a beautiful suit.
It keeps the bulkiness of like Iron Man, but like it also looks a lot better than it does Iron Man.
It's the in-betweener between the bulky and the slim. I'm a fan of the earlier bulky designs.
Me too.
Once it gets to like Infinity War, it looks too sleek for me, but it's still cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree. The nanotech isn't my favorite.
I think nanotech.
It looks cool. It makes sense, but it would be on the bottom of my list.
Yeah. What Iron Man suit would you pick out?
All right. Infinity War Machine.
That's a good choice. Okay, because War Machine does look pretty cool.
War Machine is probably one of the coolest suits. Like out of the
War Machine.
The gun on the shoulder is so good.
Yeah, just a walking or a flying tank.
Walking or flying tank.
Can do
a tank on two legs.
Yeah, right. Personally, like, and I know this might also be controversial, but I think it's I can't remember the mark number, but it's Spider-Man 2, the suitcase one.
Oh, that was mine. Damn. that was Mark 5. That's my all-time favorite Iron Man suit. I love that.
Okay. I don't know why, but it's the red and gold classic, like comic accurate. You can't go wrong with it, like definitive Iron Man look. But I've always liked the red and silver more.
Dude, the red and silver, it's a beautiful color combo. It's so underrated. The suit
So
is used
good.
for like 5 minutes, but I love it. Oh, it's so cool.
I know.
Oh man, I'm so glad you said that one.
The suit up in that suit is amazing too. Like,
It's such a cool scene. I love doing. I have a drawing plan to do the Mark V if I ever finish the Optimus one, but I have a drawing plan to do the Mark V because that's awesome.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah. Mine was either the Mark V or the Mark III, the classic one. You gotta love them.
You gotta love the classic one.
Yeah.
I feel like Mark would be the easiest to make at home because it's like,
None of them are easy to make at home.
yeah, it would definitely be
It's an Iron Man suit.
Yeah, I've seen some guys on YouTube spend like years 3D printing and getting electronic servos and everything to make those helmets.
Yeah, I have a buddy on
Yeah.
Instagram. I think Frankly Built. He's got a whole
Yeah.
custom white gold suit. I'm in awe of it every time I see him post. I'm like, dude, it's so cool. I wish I had one, but I don't want to spend 3 years printing, another 2 years sanding. Like that's I can't commit to it.
Right.
So my mom, she works for a 3D printing company, and we have access to their 3D printers, and they have like these big, huge ones. And I think I'm gonna eventually try to make a suit. Gotta get financially stable, so that might take a while.
See, if I just had an army of 3D printers, like 10 of them, I could print an Iron Man suit in a week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just had 10 of them running 24/7,
yeah.
and then halfway through one of the print fails, ooh, that would suck.
Yeah, that was rough.
That's a heartbreak.
Right. Have you heard of or seen or follow Galactic Armory?
I'm sorry, you cut out there. What'd you say?
Galactic Armory. Have you seen or heard of him?
I think I've heard of them before. I might have seen them around.
Yeah, he does a bunch of clone trooper helmets, and he's done a full Mando.
Yeah, I know who they are.
Yeah, he has a full print shop and everything. Yeah, he's done some pretty cool stuff. I'm actually going to start saving up for a 3D printer so I can start making my own shells and whatnot.
It's definitely a good investment. Just make sure it doesn't break. Like, I have one, but mine is broken, and I'm not really good with 3D printers, so everything I try to do to fix it, it just hasn't worked. Like,
Yeah.
they're the best thing in the world, but also the most frustrating when they don't work.
Yeah, makes sense. I think once I do get more comfortable with it and everything, I think one of the first suits I'm going to try and make is actually a Scout Trooper.
That's a great Scout Trooper even 3D printed. A lot of people think mine is 3D printed. It's vacuum formed, so it's super lightweight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's like if you emptied a milk jug, that's essentially what I'm wearing. Not really. It's thicker. It's like PVC plastic, but it's vacuum formed. So it doesn't weigh when I'm wearing it all. There are some dudes who have 3D printed gear and they slow down way faster than me because it's so heavy.
Right.
Like my heavy Mando buddy, he's all 3D printed, so I can just do laps around him because it's like I'm wearing.
Right. So, what made you go for the Scout Trooper specifically?
It's always been my favorite trooper. Return of the Jedi was always my favorite movie, and the Scout just. I had like whenever I played video games as a kid, I was always the Scout guy or the sniper guy. I always played that way. So I was like, yeah, if I were just stormtrooper, I'd be a Scout Trooper. And then I met a guy who did the troopers, and I'm like, yep, that's the one I'm gonna go for. That's the one I'm deciding on because almost stormtrooper is cool, and the pod characters like Bubba and Vader are cool too. But I wanted to do one that not a lot of people do. Scouts are cool. I like the Scout.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm same boat as you. Like Scout Trooper, my favorite variant for Imperial Stormtroopers, and then Return of the Jedi, same like favorite Star Wars of all time. So good.
Yeah, it's such an underrated movie because it comes right after Empire, and people think
I know.
I think Empire is the best and it's the most iconic. But my personal best is Return of the Jedi because my favorite moment in all of Star Wars, like all of Star Wars, spoiler alert, no, if you don't know, it's Anakin's redemption. It's my all-time favorite Star Wars moment, and that whole movie is about his redemption.
Right.
That'll always be my favorite Star Wars movie.
Yeah, so good.
I more recently got into Star Wars through Peter and Miles. So my favorite is probably Revenge of the Sith, just because I feel like that was
Beautiful choice. Great choice.
a movie that I like fully understood and knew all the characters, and I need to go back and rewatch all of it. But
Like it's like a theater drama. It's so good. It's like
so good.
cinema.
Did you have any questions that you wanted to ask, or like anything you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, I got a question. The whole podcast game. What sparked that up? Who had the idea for the podcast, and what's the goal with that? Talk to me a little bit about that.
I'm not really sure who came up with it. I can't remember.
I think it was like a group, like we just all kind of came up with the idea.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember. I mean, you mentioned something about, watching some YouTubers on
okay, I
cast.
remember now. We were like having dinner and our parents were like joking about it because we were like fully geeking out at the table.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, "Oh my gosh, you guys should do a podcast." And then we got back to like our room and we're like, "Hold on, like we should actually do this."
Hold on, not a bad idea. Someone
Was-
write that down.
Yeah, so and then we filmed our first episode that night, and then it's just kind of been put together ever since, just seeing where it goes, I guess.
That's the best way to do it. Just kind of throw it out there, see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like, yeah, like, can't thank you two guys enough. Like, just the fact that on our second episode, I'm getting to, like, do it with one of my favorite YouTubers. Like,
Yeah.
this is, like, didn't even think that was a possibility. Like, so crazy.
Gosh,
Yeah.
you too kind. Wait, hold on. He was talking about me, right? That was me. That wasn't. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, that's you.
Nah, it's fun. It's cool. Like I like doing stuff like this. It's fun to talk to other Spider people and just
Yeah.
geek out about stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. When I told them that you wanted to join on for an episode, we were all like freaking out for a second. We were super excited.
It's too kind. I'm just a dude. Just a dude in a mask. We're all people in masks. We're all the same.
Yep. Because I remember during our first podcast, and I kind of just mentioned it like offhand. I was like, "Hey, if you want to be a part of it, that would be great." I didn't think anything was going to come of it, but then it's like, wow.
Yeah.
Nah, because one day when this podcast blows up, I can be there and I can say, "Listen, I was at day one. I was at day two. I was episode 2.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I was part of them. I was in the roots. I was in the humble beginnings. Y'all didn't even know what was up. I knew what was up. When is this podcast gonna go up?
I'm hoping for the 17th. It depends how long it takes for me to edit.
It'll go up when? January.
17th. So
Okay, because I have another video I'm gonna film tomorrow. And I'll throw a plug in it. Like, hey, I have this podcast. I was in it. And throw a link to it. I just want to make I upload them after podcast is up,
yeah.
so they have something to go watch.
Yeah.
Right.
Came from the YouTube video. Hi, everyone. Say hi. Hi, Miles' chat. Hello, everyone. If you made it this far, come back to my video and say you made it. I'll like your comment. I like all the comments.
Yeah.
That'll be awesome, man. Thank you.
Oh yeah, duh. Yeah, I'll easily have that up afterwards. So I'll wait for you to upload it.
Okay.
You can send me a text once you upload it.
Yeah, I'll send you a text.
I'll throw in a little tidbit. Just hopefully get more people in.
Yeah, that would be great.
Much appreciated.
Much appreciated. Yes.
Awesome.
Like I said, humble beginnings. I was here from the start. Y'all knew it. I knew what was up. It's gonna be big.
All right, and then I think we were going to talk about some upcoming like conventions because I think you've mentioned a couple that you're going to go to.
Yeah, I have 2 confirmed for the year, and then 2 that are probably not gonna happen, but they're up in the air just for like money things.
Yeah.
Gotcha. We're all planning to go to the Indiana Comic-Con convention in March.
Yeah.
So we're gonna. And there, Anthony Daniels is going to be there, so I'm kind of excited about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fun. Yeah. C-3PO is always a fun dude.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Did I meet him? I don't think I met him. No, I don't. Oh wait, no, I didn't. I was thinking about it because I do remember at one of the C2E2s I was at, he was there.
and he met some of the stormtroopers. I wasn't in that group of stormtroopers. We went to go meet the Grand Inquisitor. We met
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
Rupert. We met him.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think some other people at another convention paired off to see Anthony, and I was probably in a Spider-Man suit that day, so I didn't get to do it, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm headed to San Diego Comic-Con this summer.
Oh,
So I was gonna go last
those
year.
tickets I looked for tickets, they're already gone. Like
Yeah.
they're gone so fast.
We struggled through registration when we finally got them. We had tickets to go last year, me and one of my friends, and then it completely fell through, and then I had to get surgery on my leg, and then she had something going on with her foot, so we just like couldn't go, and it was devastating, and then now we get to go again this year. So
Oh, dude, I would have so taken your tickets and bought them off you. I was in San Diego during San Diego Comic Con. I was visiting a friend during that week, and I was an hour away from the convention, and I just didn't go because I didn't have tickets.
yeah.
And my friend's like, "Yo, just drive out and come see us." I'm like, "I'm with a friend. I can't really do that.
Yeah.
I would feel really bad." Oh man, that would have been that's the worst is when you're right there but you just can't go.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's all right though. All the conventions at the end of the day they're all the same. I mean they're not, but they are.
For the
Right.
most part.
Pardon. But yeah, so upcoming on for like the future channel and everything, do you have any like new goals in mind?
Yes, actually, I can reveal it. I'm not going to reveal my secret cosplay because that's coming out in October.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Anyone who's stayed and come from my channel, you know about that. Next hint should have already been dropped in the video prior. That one's. I actually have the concept art for that right here in front of me. That's fun. So in October we do have the secret cosplay. Sometime during the spring, we have the Venom suit. So the symbiote Venom suit. My face shell still hasn't even shipped. The dude who's making it hasn't even shipped it yet, but it's below freezing here, so I'm not in a rush to get that done anytime soon.
Right.
Yeah.
There's also the Scout that's going to be finished hopefully by the end of either this month or next month, and I could take that out for a shoot during the summer or fall. The Cat Bodega suit is the end of 2024. And another one that my Gwen friend convinced me to do that I'm funding for now, that I'm going to be shooting for in October and hopefully revealing in November, is Kylo Ren. I'm actually going to do that and do a Kylo Ren shoot with. So if I haven't revealed it on Instagram yet, this is the first people are hearing of it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, he's a huge
I'll
Kylo
probably
fan.
reveal it on Instagram eventually, but obviously, if it's towards the end of the year, it's only January now. Getting people excited for it is going to be difficult.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, he's huge Kylo Ren fan.
I've wanted to do a Kylo Ren since. Oh, I'm sorry. Keep going.
Kylo Ren, in parentheses, Force Awakens Kylo Ren.
Oh my God! Thank you. I was about to say that.
Because that's Force Awakens Kylo Ren.
Yeah, that's the suit that I'm going for because that's my favorite version of the suit with the scarf, the hood, the comma belt, the mask. I'm not a fan of the no mask look or the cracked mask. The cracked mask is cool. But I'm personally a fan of the do rag look, the hood, all that stuff.
Same.
That's the one I'm going for because The Force Awakens is still one of my favorite Star Wars movies. When that movie came out, I wanted Kylo Ren, but when that came out, it was 8 years ago. Kid had no money. I still have no money now, but I have ways to fund for the suit.
That's cool. All right, so you guys share an opinion on the Kylo Ren. All right, I know you own both of the suits. He just has one of them. Between you two, I want to see if you guys agree.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse?
It's Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
I knew you were going to ask. Into the Spider-Verse is better. 100%.
100%.
Yep.
It's like, I've worn both, and even without the hood, like my favorite is with the hoodie, the shorts, the J's. My favorite is that one. But even if you take them in both isolation, just the skin tight suits, I feel way more naked wearing the second suit from Across the Spider-Verse than the first one.
because there's no webbing, there's no pattern
It
whatsoever.
isn't. It's
It's
so
just
bad in
it's
my
the
opinion.
black, the gray, and the red. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, it's cool, but I feel like I'm missing something.
Right.
Really, I do like that. I think it's really clean, but the only reason I'll be honest about it, the only reason I purchased that suit was because the movie was coming out. Had that movie not had the suit, I would have no desire to purchase it.
Yeah.
Or if that suit was like from a game, I would have probably no desire to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of games, he was actually really disappointed that with all the like clothing accessories or the Leap of Faith suit wasn't in Marvel Spider-Man 2. He was kind of disappointed by that.
I think the reason for that, don't hold me to this, 'cause I don't know if it's true. I think the reason for that, my camera is like super out of frame there. I think the reason for that is because of the Jordan shoes. The Insomniac couldn't get the rights to use the shoes. So they couldn't make the whole suit because obviously that's his most iconic suit. Why would you not have it in there? The only reason that I think I saw or could think of is because they can't legally include those shoes in the game. Which just switch the shoes at that point. Like put some knockoffs on them.
Right, because they have the Adidas rights. Because
yeah, because the whole that suit. Listen, the suit itself is not that bad, but just the way they revealed it, how they revealed it, when they revealed it, it was not.
It was so random and out of place. It was just like thrown in there, like
it's a Miles Morales original. You sure about that? You sure?
Like in the middle of an alien invasion. Yeah, I need a new outfit.
Yeah.
Like the sportswear suit, it actually has like one of the color variants has like the green jacket with like the red hoodie and the gray shorts.
It's so close. It's so.
Oh my god! Dude. Okay, I honestly do think it's the shoes. Then I think it's just because the gray hoodie, or I think it's green. Mine is gray because I'm colorblind. But the hoodie, the jacket, the shorts, no one owns those things. But the Jordan shoes are very much owned by a company.
Right.
I honestly think that would be the reason is they legally use shoes. They don't. But just put them in some sneakers, put them in some high tops, and change the color a little bit. My Miles Morales suit, I wear knockoff J's. Like my J's are not real. They look real, but they're not.
Yeah, I don't have real J's either.
I do have real J's. I just don't wear them in my Spider-Man suit.
Yeah.
My mom found these really cool shoes that they're the same color. So I was like, it's close enough.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what I did for my suit. I got like this $30 pair of shoes, and I just drew the check mark on. I'm like, that'll work. I don't have to ruin a pair of nice shoes when I'm creasing them for a Spider-Man pose.
Yeah.
He's creasing the J.
Yeah, that's the thing I'll never understand though is when I'm wearing the fake ones, people will say, "Oh, those are fake J's," but then if I'm creasing them, they're like, "He's creasing the J's." Like, do you want them to be fake or real?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There was one more question I did want to get out of the way. So, when you were like making your channel, what inspired you to choose like going by Miles as opposed to like Peter?
It's my name.
Oh, okay. Like it actually legitimately is your name. Okay.
I mean, it took me a second. I'm like, how do I break this to him slowly?
Okay, I thought that was like just a name you decided to go by. That's okay.
My camera just keeps moving up.
That's cool. Well, I feel bad now because like I've been a fan of yours for so long, and I just didn't.
It's understandable. You know, like it's very. If I didn't make Spider-Man content, no one would question it. Yeah. But the fact that I make a lot of Spider-Man content, it begs the question.
Right.
But no, that is obviously what the channel goes by. It's what I go by. It's nothing fancy about it.
That's cool.
We just
chose... then...
Oh, sorry. You go.
No, you keep going.
We just chose to do based off of our suits because when we were coming up with this, I guess one of the biggest concerns of like starting the podcast was, I go to a public school still, and the people are not the nicest there. So if like people found out I did this kind of on the side, like I get bullied
Mhm.
pretty bad, so we had to come up with like our secret identities for it, I guess.
I
And
mean,
we
hey,
just
I got bullied when I did it too. I still get bullied now. I get
yeah.
haters in my comments. It's not. It's just something you deal with. Like you get. I hate to say it that way, like, oh, you get used to it, but when I say you get used to it, it's just you get used to dismissing it. Like it doesn't bother you that much anymore. I
Yeah.
totally understand it early on though. Like I totally get it. I did the same thing. Like
Yeah.
I totally get it.
Yeah.
But I wear a mask now not really to hide from bullies. It's just my thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Plus,
eventually
if anyone does bully you, send them my way.
got it.
I'll have a conversation with them. I'll just send them the Captain America video from Homecoming.
Oh, yep.
So, you got detention. You know what you did is wrong. Now, what are you gonna do to fix it?
Yeah.
Right.
Trust me,
Awesome,
the
man.
guy who spent 70 years in the ice. The only way to really stay cool is following the rules.
Yep.
Oh man, that'll get me bullied too.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
It's okay. We got you as well.
Yep. Send them our
There
way.
you go.
We all gotta
Bounce
do.
them back and
Spider
forth.
homies, stay together.
Yeah. So obviously our real names are in the corner, but like we'll probably blur them out just because.
I can't even read them. Like that's so far away.
I can't read
Right.
like anything with the lenses right now.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I won't say them. Obviously, if you're blurring them out, I won't say them. That would be really
The
rude of
first
me to just do
podcast
that.
episode, we had such a hard time like keeping up with the names, just getting used to it.
Mm.
So there's so many bleeps where we say our actual
Mm.
names.
It's all confusing when like a new person gets to my channel or my TikTok and I'm like, yo, what's up? It's Miles, and I'm wearing a Peter Parker mask.
Yeah.
There's always the confusion of like, bro is not Miles Morales. I'm like, I didn't say I was. Just look at the name it says. There's always that confusion. But again, if I'm making like a Star Wars video and I have the helmet on, there's no question because it says the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, we are coming up a little short on time, I see.
I see that as well.
I did want to ask one final question, and if you don't want to answer, I completely understand. But just curious, will you ever do a face reveal?
That's the question. That's a good question. I'll leave it at that.
Question.
That's
I'm glad you caught
That's
the
a
reference.
question. Yes.
I'll leave
yes,
it at
sir.
that. It's a good question.
yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
It's a good answer.
It's a very good answer.
Unprofessional answer.
Yep.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming by and hanging with us for a little while. It was an honor. Good to talk
My
with you.
pleasure. My pleasure. It was fun.
It's awesome to meet
Super
you.
fun. Yes. Yes, very
Through a
much.
screen. Meet everyone through a screen. Handshake.
Handshake.
Bump bump.
So,
That's awesome. It'd be super cool if we could see you at a convention sometime. That would be awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, the conventions I'm at this year are C2E2 and Fan Expo, both Chicago based.
Okay.
Okay.
Those are the two I'm confirmed at. I already have entries for both of those.
Nice.
Any other ones will just be posted, but those are the two I'm confirmed at for the summer.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Actually, C2E2 in April, so it's actually getting pretty close.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's exciting.
Mm-hmm. Very fun
Yeah.
going there, but I got to stay masked up the whole time, so that's always a struggle.
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah. Gotta keep it pretty tight.
Yep.
No, I have my secrets. I have my tricks.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, I bet.
What do you plan to go as?
On the conventions, I always do my scout at least one day. I go trooping because the 501st has a booth, so I go trooping with them at least one day. The other 2 or 3 days, I'm normally just in my normal clothes with a Spidey mask. Because I'll meet up with other creators and make videos with them. Very rarely will I wear a Spider-Man suit to a convention. I'll always bring one. I have one in my bag in case I need it. But very rarely will I wear one to a convention. It's either normal clothes or a stormtrooper suit. So it's two completely different sides of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you.
by, doing our second episode with us. We'd love to have you
Absolutely.
again sometime.
Sure thing. Once it blows up, like I said, it's in the stars. It's gonna happen.
Fingers crossed.
right.
That'd
It'll
be awesome.
happen. You guys have a lot of passion and ambition. That always gets pretty far.
All right. As do you. Thank you very much. You are definitely an inspiration for sure.
Yeah.
You guys are too. I'm always inspired by everyone.
Awesome. Well,
He said,
It's just like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous to talk to him. So, how was your guys' day?
pretty good. Why am I so nervous? My goodness, this is
Cause
exciting.
he's like, let's give ourselves some credit. He's like a little famous, just a little, just like that.
Just a little.
Just this much.
Just leave it.
Okay, I sent him the link. I'm scared, guys.
Don't be scared.
We got this. We got this. It's just a conversation, you know?
Right.
hold on,
Awesome.
I just downloaded the app for the camera, so
Yeah.
you don't know how to work this thing. I am professional at what I do. I can't find the volume. I need an adult. Where? What the hell? Where's? I apologize for my language.
It's okay. I guess. Okay, so I guess one of the
We're
big
recording.
questions.
Wait, we were recording the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, is that cool?
Ooh,
No, it's.
how's my
you're
hair?
good.
Ed,
Yeah.
why are you barking? One quick second. 20 seconds.
Okay, you're
Actually,
good.
not even 20. Like 5. In the back. It's almost like an.
Yeah.
What is that? Your call ends in 15 minutes. What does that mean?
Oh, I don't know,
Three.
but I guess it
Three.
means something.
I did not click that. I did not set that
I did
up.
not click it either, but it popped up on my end as well.